departure without saying goodbye. The whole world have gathered, waiting for our victory. We see you no more, Mama. Your beloved ones are crying, seeking for your royal wisdom. We have it no more, Mama. Afomorese, no running in. We Biafrans are saying, we all say goodbye. Afomorese, no running in. BMI are saying, we all say goodbye. Afomorese, no running in. We IPOB are saying, we all say goodbye. Mama, we love you. Mama, we miss you. After everything you've done, sudden death came and took you away. Mama, we are crying because we are missing you. Mama, where are you? I know that one day we shall meet again to depart no more. Out of person of the Lord, Mama.
I am well to do, full of strength, with wisdom from Mama. Where do I go? Where shall I start to enter the promised land? Oh, Mama, we miss you. We miss you.
Biafra, Biafra, Kondo, Sina for Kondeni. Your pretty blue afuku kongino. Oh, it's a kanino. Saga somo, nini yo somo. Keep on the sinobo, nini yo somo. Keep on silabasi, Mama. Oh, saga somo.
Nemle, Mama. Odumule, Mama. Mama, Mama, Biafra, we love you so much. Forever you will be in our hearts. We love you, oh, Mama, oh, Mama, I wonder. Mama, I Mama, Kule, Mama, Nene, Oyo, Mama, Nene, Oyo, so hard to let it go. The woman of substance, you are walking with it. You lost a life, something that came for your people. You never gave up the struggle, try and push harder. But that's why you the peacemaker. The lover of freedom, IPOB is here with you. And all the lovers of freedom is here today to pay the last respect for you to rest in peace. You never forget the smiles on your face through the tribulations facing the trouble. But you are something that you never mind. BMI coming out today to give you last respect because you deserve the best. Nene, oyo, Mama, Nene, oyo,
Esine, Lolo Upese, Sali, Meme, our role model, we model, Ugo Beza Chalugo, Biafra. We love you. Our woman full of wisdom and understanding that we never reach the end of any of our children. But great, the ultimate sacrifice with our life. Oh.
Biafrans, they be a
Praise the one you ma. On my merole. Okay, Tana Zama Patsolamiwe. Beginning by Miramwo. I'm only the wash you. Àwọn kẹrọ ìbò lọ́lọ́, ìgà kápọ̀ bìrì abúmọ́nà, màkì ìbùjẹ kẹkẹ máa. Onye mụrụ ọmụmụ n'ụwa wee kwe ka ọ nwụọrọ ha. Mama fọmụrụ eze bụrụ anya mmiri la mmụọ. Alịlị nwa mma berebe, ele obi ji gbuo ya. Akwa alịlị n'anya mmiri berebe, anyị chetara.
Afọmụleze ezigbo mama ọ bụ eziokwu na ọ na-ewute anyị n'ihugo mana Chineke ma nke ka mma ya melodi na onye ọbụla anya onye ọbụla mgbe ọ ga-amụ obi elewe amụ ọ na-ewute m a sị na ọnwụ bụrụ gị kara ije bụ ndị ilo mana otu o si na-adị ya agaghị m ajụ chukwu ma nwa na-eli nri n'ọbụkwa mama na ọ na-asa alụ ọgọ mama mana ọ na-ewute na ama m debe na ọ dị mma ya mere m ji necha gị anya na-akpọ gị nnọọ rest in peace
No running in. We Biafrans are saying, we all say goodbye. Afomorese, no running in. BMI are saying, we all say goodbye. Afomorese, no running in. We IPOB are saying, we all say goodbye. Afomorese, no running in. We Biafrans are saying, we all say goodbye. Afomorese, no running no. BMI are saying, we all say goodbye.
Yes, of course, fellow Biafrans, lovers of freedom, men and women of goodwill, conscientious people wherever you are all over the world. I will say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and to some of you, good night, depending your time zone. And of course, we are still in a moment of mourning, and I consider this hour as a moment of sober reflection. We lost King Oku Kano and the wife within a short period of time. Of course, we know they didn't die of natural causes, but their life was taken from them. And according to our tradition and culture, we will continue to remember them. Because every man and woman who have died because of Biafra can never be forgotten. Nigeria, of course, will be forgotten. The name Nigeria will be obliterated from the face of the planet Earth. And all of you who are so proud of Nigeria today will be you will be able to see how miserable you have been. Believe me. I see people who are so proud of Nigeria. We know why you are proud of Nigeria, but your children will curse you for it. But I tell you, in the nearest future, if they do the one nation, do the right thing, the next generation will be proud of them. And maybe the sins of their father will be overlooked. If the Hausa can save themselves from the Fulani today, the next generation of Hausa will be proud of themselves. And maybe they will be able to overlook the sins of their father. If the Fulani will repent today, maybe they still be able to have their life back, because I can tell you the Fulani life have been taken from them by the British government. Fulani have become enemy to every black people on earth. Today they enjoy momentous victory, temporal victory. because they are the arm robber for the arm robber. But I wish this generation of Fulani will turn down this gain of ungodliness, and then maybe your sins of your father can be forgiven. I tell you, everybody who has associated with Nigeria proudly, committedly, knowing fully well what Nigeria represents to humanity, you will be forgotten. But for men and women who stand, most especially those who found themselves in this prison, you have lived by the side of the Biafran, you have labored, and one day you die, you will never be forgotten. Make no mistake about that. Having said that, this is Radio Biafra Extra, still in the mood of mourning anyway. Radio Biafra Extra is streaming live through Radio Biafra London. It's not a different radio station. It is the same radio station, but the presenters have different names. My name on duty is Radio Biafra Extra. It's not another Radio Biafra. Don't make any mistake about that. And then there is yet another brother whose his duty name is Radio Biafra South Africa. And then yet another brother whose duty name is Radio Biafra USA. It could be one or two. That is their name on duty. And so do not make any mistake about that. Of course, like Mazimefo will always say, with every degree of certainty, we are reaching you across the globe from different directions. I am presently reaching you live and direct, all the way from Yorugudu. Yorugudu is in Abo. Abo is in Delta State. Delta State is Biafra land, where I was born, buttered, bred, and raised, and hopefully where I will be buried when my time is up here on earth. Not because any man will take it. They were not even there when God decided my fate, and they can never have peace in my destiny. Radio Biafra Extra is streaming live through Radio Biafra London, and Radio Biafra London is being anchored by the deputy leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. His name is Mazi Uchiuka Fomefo. Mazi Uchiuka Fomefo is the man who assured us that he will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Believe me, this platform known as IPOB have been attacked, bombarded physically and spiritually. Our defense line was left defenseless. But of course, we know God never abandoned us. There were times everybody thought it's all over. But yet in the midst of this turmoil, a man walked forward and said, no matter what, I will not allow the heart of this project to see corruption. Our faith fails us, but we can only rely on the arm of faith. And we watch him. And he held this platform, and our leaders struggled with the demons themselves. He went to the mountains of the seven seas, across the border of nations and empire, and he came back to us. In his absence, a man said, the heart of this project will not see corruption. I cannot explain it, but I will assure you, one day everybody will understand the mindset behind those words. And of course, Mazi Uchiuka Fomefo is standing on a deputizing capacity on behalf of our supreme leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remained the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people for almost 60 years. He still remained the only man speaking for the collective interest of every prisoner in Nigeria. Yorubas are prisoners in Nigeria, whether they are chief warder or not. They are prisoners. Hausa are prisoner, whether they are chairman inside the cell or not, they are prisoner, including Fulani. This is colonial terrorist prison, Nigeria. One man continued to speak for all of us, and that is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And when I say the one and the only man who stood up to speak for the collective interest of the Biafran people, the mindset behind it is that Yoruba have who is speaking for them. Hausa have who is speaking for them. Every prisoner have who speaks for them. Nobody is speaking for Biafran people. Some people only come out and ginger, collect their own pocket money, go back and answer warlord or one kind of name. And as much as I try to be a gentleman that I am, sometimes some things make me go jagger. But having said that, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu remained the one and the only man who stood up and speak for the collective interest of the Nigerian people, because he know they need help. All of you Nigerians need help. He risked life himself. He was not afraid to shy away from the truth. He said us we must say the truth irrespective of whose fault is God. He reminded us the need to be whiter than white and whiter than snow. And we can go on and on and on. He is from Afari Beku. Afari Beku is in Umuahia. Umuahia is in Abia State. And I can tell you at the moment, he is the king of Afari Beku. There are a lot of things about us people will never know because it's not necessary. He's a small boy, he's a small boy. But he's your king. If you are in Nigeria, he's a king. Not just king of Afari Beku. Mazena Nekano is a king under Nemos Constant. All those idiots call Amide and Amia, all of you are under him. He's a king, not like you said. The world now know you are a liar. Tomorrow now you will soon find out that George Onyibe is a king. But you won't understand. Mazena Nekano is the king of Afari Beku. Before now we tell you he is the prince of Afari Beku, heir to the throne. Some people think it's a guy name. After all, there are a lot of Undizi that are not Undizi. He remains the one and the only man that commands our loyalty. He is the director of Radio Biafra as well as Biafra Television. Where he lead, we will follow. Whatever he say we will do, we will do. And only those who understand what the Creator is saying will understand the role they are here to play. And having said that, I have to move ahead to acknowledge the Creator, Chukwu Okike Abiama. For in the end, we are all mere mortals. He's the one who has set our feet upon this path that we must follow. And that is why, even though we walk through the valley of the shadow of death, we fear no evil, because we know that he, O Chukwu Okike Abiama, is with us. His rod and his staff, they comfort us. Now I walk closer on the higher way. Through the darkest night, will you hold my hand? Chukwu Okike, guide the way. Will you mourn with us and we dance with you? For our heart of heart is bound to you. Though we walk through the valley slow, we will fear no evil. By the water rest our soul, our heart we trust in you. With confidence, assurance that Chukwu Okike Abiama is with us. That is why we continue doing what we are doing. That is why we will succeed in everything we have done. Because with confidence, assurance we come before him. And he will never let us down. Anyị na-aja gị mma o, maka n'eziokwu na ịmara mma ịhụnanya anyị na gị, obiọma gị o juru anyị anya dadị o, inwe gị mgbanwe o, ọ dị onye dị ka gị, ịbụ Alpha na Omega, anyị niile na-asị na n'ịdị mma o. Ise. Having said that, we will move ahead to our topic this evening. And our people must remain focused, irrespective of how we choose to present our broadcast to you as a Biafran or any other genuine individuals across the globe. Understand that everything we are doing here is geared towards one destination and one destination alone, and that is the restoration of Biafra. On this segment, our team remain back to your root. Back to your root. Of course, when I mean back to your root, not root as in the road route. R-O-U-T-H. No, R-O-O-T. Back to your root. You must be connected to your ancestors to understand what is obtainable. Our team remained back to your root, because the day our identity was taken from us was the day we turned against our ancestors. They demonize everything about us. Is unbelievable. As I'm speaking to you now, Germans are doing some juju celebration. You don't call it juju, right? Because it's German. Germans are doing some traditional demonstration. I see them on social media. Their children are dancing on the street. They are knocking drum. That is juju. German juju. German are worshiping their juju. But because it's a German, it's not juju. You're going to look for good name and give to it. And then the same thing, I think Brazil just finished their own Brazilian juju worship. But if I carry masquerade now, people will say, hey, it's evil. I don't blame you. The day you begin to see your father and your mother as evil, that day you destroyed everything. If you do not change your orientation and your mindset, those your children who are calling you daddy now, tomorrow the same people who told you to say your father is evil will tell your children that you are evil. And the cycle will continue. Nobody will save us except we save ourselves. There is no more familiar language to any Biafran person or any Nigerian person more than Igbo don't love themselves. Some people are still under this delusion. Why don't we Igbo, we don't love ourselves? We Igbo, we don't love yourself. It is not your fault. The Yoruba blood in you is what is speaking. It's not.